You hit snooze for the third time. Your chest tightens before you even open your eyes. Another day at a job that drains you, and you've been saying just a few more months for 2 years now. You know this feeling. If you've ever wondered why you can't seem to leave a job that's making you miserable, even when you know you should, this video reveals the hidden psychological traps keeping you stuck and the specific steps to finally break free. This is called learned helplessness, and it's more powerful than you think. Here's how it started. As children, many of us learned that survival meant staying in uncomfortable situations, whether there was a difficult home environment, a school we hated, or relationships we couldn't escape. We learned to endure rather than exit. That same neural pathway fires when you're stuck in a job you hate today. But here's what most people miss. You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're not lacking ambition. Your brain is doing exactly what it was trained to do. Protect you by keeping you in the familiar, even when the familiar is painful. Let me break down the 3 psychological mechanisms that keep you trapped. First, the sunk cost fallacy. Your brain calculates all the time, energy, and years you've already invested in this job and tells you that leaving means all of that was wasted. The longer you've stayed, the harder it becomes to leave. Think about Sarah, who spent 8 years working toward a promotion she finally got, only to realize the new role made her even more miserable. But she couldn't leave because I worked so hard to get here. Her brain was protecting her investment, not her well-being. Do you see how this pattern shows up in your life? The years you've stayed become the very reason you can't go. Second, identity foreclosure. This is where your job becomes who you are, not just what you do. When someone asks, "What do?" you don't just describe tasks. You're describing your worth, your social standing, your identity. When Mark considered leaving his corporate law position, he didn't just fear losing income. He feared losing himself. If I'm not a lawyer at this firm, then who am I? His identity had fused with his job title, making the thought of leaving feel like erasing his entire existence. What if I told you that your job is something you do, not something you are? That separation is where freedom begins. Third, the golden handcuffs effect. Your lifestyle has expanded to match your income. The mortgage, the car payments, the private school tuition, the vacations your family expects. These aren't just expenses, they're psychological anchors. Lisa made $120,000 a year at a job that gave her panic attacks every Sunday night. But she'd built a life that required $120,000. Leaving meant dismantling not just a career, but an entire ecosystem of commitments and expectations. Her family, her friends, even her own sense of security all depended on that paycheck. This is where most people get stuck. But there's a hidden reason why. Your brain isn't actually protecting your lifestyle. It's protecting you from the fear of disappointing others and yourself. Here's the truth that changes everything. Every day you stay in a job you hate, you're not maintaining stability. You're trading pieces of yourself for the illusion of security. Let's talk about what this pattern actually costs you. Emotionally, you're not just unhappy at work. You're bringing that misery home. Your relationships suffer because you're depleted. You snap at your kids. You're distant with your partner. You've stopped engaging with hobbies that used to bring you joy because you have nothing left to give. Physically, chronic job stress rewires your stress response system. Your cortisol levels stay elevated. You develop tension headaches, digestive issues, insomnia. Your doctor keeps finding nothing wrong, but your body is screaming that something is. Relationally, you've become someone you don't recognize. You're cynical. You complain constantly, but never change anything. The people who love you want to help, but they're exhausted by watching you suffer without acting. Identity-wise, here's the deepest cut. You've stopped believing you're capable of change. Every day you stay reinforces the story that you're the kind of person who settles, who endures, who doesn't follow through. That story becomes your truth. But here's the good news. None of this means you're broken. It means you're human, and humans can rewire these patterns once they understand them. Let's reframe this entire situation. You're not stuck because you're weak. You're stuck because you're incredibly skilled at survival. Your brain learned to keep you safe by keeping you in place, and that served you once. It protected you when you genuinely couldn't leave difficult situations. But what protected you then is imprisoning you now. Here are 5 micro steps you can take, not someday, but this week, to begin breaking free. Step 1. Name the real cost. Get a journal. Write this sentence and complete it honestly. Staying in this job is costing me. Don't stop at money or happiness. Go deeper. My self-respect, my relationship with my daughter, my belief that I can trust myself. When you see the true price in writing, the equation changes. Step 2. Run a small experiment. Don't quit your job tomorrow. Just do one tiny thing that contradicts your stuck pattern. Update your LinkedIn. Take one informational coffee with someone in a field that interests you. Spend 1 hour researching what you need to shift careers. These micro actions send a signal to your brain. I'm not helpless. I'm gathering information. Step 3. Give yourself permission to want more. Say this out loud. I'm allowed to want a job that doesn't make me miserable. It sounds simple, but for many people, this is revolutionary. You've been telling yourself you should be grateful. You're being entitled. Other people have it worse. Stop. You're allowed to want work that doesn't deplete your soul. Step 4. Find one person who's done it. Isolation keeps you stuck. Connection breaks the spell. Find one person through LinkedIn, a friend of a friend, an online community, who left a job they hated and built something better. Ask them, what was the turning point? Their story won't be your story, but it will show you that escape is possible. Step 5. Shrink the timeline. Instead of I'll give it 5 more years, ask, what would need to be true for me to leave in 6 months? Don't commit to leaving. Just reverse engineer what it would take. Suddenly, the path becomes visible. You need 3 months of savings. You need to learn one new skill. You need to have 5 conversations. Impossible becomes plausible. One more thing. Therapy or coaching isn't weakness, it's strategy. If you're stuck in this pattern, working with someone who understands the psychology of career transition can compress years of suffering into months of strategic action. Remember that moment when you hit snooze for the 3rd time, chest already tight with dread? Now, imagine waking up to work you don't have to escape from. Not every day will be perfect, but you're no longer trading your life for a paycheck. You're building something aligned with who you actually are. That version of your life isn't fantasy. It's on the other side of understanding why you've stayed and choosing differently. Comment below with one word. What emotion came up for you while watching this? And subscribe for daily psychology insights that help you understand yourself better and make real changes. You're not stuck. You're just well trained to stay. And anything you've learned, you can unlearn.